So staying in the East, another surging team. You guys are going to be happy to talk about this. The Milwaukee Bucks after
Oh
the
man,
All-Star break playing
Dark
some good
River.
basketball. Like, so is it? Is it Doc?
Shouts, no,
Is
but
it Doc?
you know,
Who is it? Who
Partially,
is
it's
it?
partially Doc. It's partially Doc. I won't resolve him a full credit, but
I think I got my swagger back. Aw, Dame Lillard got hit up by Glorilla at All-Star Weekend, and now we are popping. Now we're tough. He's almost been averaging a trip dub since All-Star break. He put up like 7 and 9 in the last like 3 games.
yeah, no, that's crazy. That's been crazy.
So
You
yeah,
think you think it's Glorilla?
no,
Yeah, go.
I don't think so, but I hope so.
No Cuban.
Because he said he's lonely in Milwaukee. We need to everybody spam Dame Lillard's DMs. Be like, yo, Glorilla, the picture. She said, I want him. She said, I want him. Who it is. And we need to. Why don't we connect these two?
We're not condoning that.
They're gonna have a fire. Dame will have a first like Billboard hit. This will be what turns him up. This is gonna be what turns him up. Like, tell me I'm wrong.
You're
like,
sick. You're sick.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect by that, because I'm just saying like that. She's got chart toppers, so now people will really hear Dame Dollar for what he is. I'm not talking. No, there's no hate. I'm telling you, I'm talking straight business. I'm reading articles.
Anyway, on the basketball side of things,
that is.
Yeah. Are the Bucks turning a healthy corner?
I believe so. I definitely believe so. I think it's part Doc, because while we can talk all we want, right, about Doc, and his shortcomings or failures as a coach, right? But I think he's always had player buy-in, and I think players do respect him. And I think that was one of the big issues with the team and with Adrian Griffin. So I can't make it seem like the Bucks not respecting Doc and players responding to Doc doesn't play a role, right? But I do think Dame has started to turn a corner. I think obviously it's still a process, but I think Dame is, more and more just getting comfortable in finding his role. I mean, there's been countless articles and interviews about it. There's been a little bit more insight with me, at least watching the Pat Bear podcast since the trade. And I think kind of KD said it best. I think he came out today or like yesterday and said something, but not only was Dame, traded, right? Not only is he playing with another superstar, he's on a legit contender. The expectations from jump are a championship. So, and he's coming in and he's not just being given the keys to a new team. Like, he has to find his footing. And as much as Giannis may, and rightfully so, be saying, hey, this is Dame's team, Dame has to adjust to that. And Dame has to figure out what that means for him. I think we're starting to see that comfort level with him in between those two come together. And this is a very short sample size, right? Like, 4 games, did beat Minnesota, right? Did beat the Embiid-less Sixers, right? Belt to ass with them. But and the Hornets are the Hornets. But we do have a very, tough remaining schedule. But I think this is what all Bucks fans have kind of been silently hoping for. So, I mean, some louder, but Bucks fans have been hoping that by the time we hit this stretch of the season, it just happens to be tough. But heading into the playoffs, find our stride, see how we really, compare to the league's best. And so definitely a healthy corner. I think that Giannis will respond to Dame, right? So the numbers have already been there, but at the better Dame gets, the better Giannis overall, not just number-wise, but in terms of his role on the team, like the better he'll get as well. And when that synergy really starts to reach a point, I think the team's synergy will reach a point. But definitely a healthy corner, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, currently, as you heard, a little blurb probably come out of my phone, handling the Charlotte Hornets, like I said. So it's going to be beating them twice. So make that, 4-game streak now, like you said. I'll count this. 8 minutes, 47 seconds in the third quarter. But let's hope I don't jinx it. I have knocked on the table next to me. But we're making cuts. We are playing a different brand of basketball. Like, shouts out Awful Coaching on YouTube. I watched a video. I was very scared. I'll link it to you too. Just this guy just absolutely screaming at our lack of actual like follow through on plays, like not following through on cuts. Guys with awful spacing on the court, really not giving Giannis any space to breathe. That Miami Heat game really bring up clips from that where it's just like we are not making it easy for our guys to actually score. And I would say, in a small sample size, like you said, we are starting to do those things that he was nitpicking at. Like, I've seen guys actually cut. I've seen in the last 4 games more cuts into the paint and outside touches from that, or the actual dunk down layup that we have forgotten to do for some reason. I've seen that more often now in these last couple, and like guys seem to be, on one accord defensively. So I don't know. We got to see when we get to those really good teams towards April. It's really like how well we play going into the playoffs. So this is cool now, but let's really keep this rolling. If we can get to a Cleveland Cavaliers 10-game win streak, if we can, make that happen against good teams, I think now we actually have something that is worth value. And then a healthy Chris coming back into the picture of, just kind of how the Cavs are doing it without some of their best. I think that only makes us, a more formidable opponent in the East. So, let's really see when Chris comes back now. But that's going to be an important piece in all of this.
Our schedule is so tough. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, like Steve, I know you hit your panic button, but I never truly panicked when it came to Milwaukee. I don't know if it's because of the faith I have in Giannis and Dame, but I can't say that I'm shocked by what's going on right now for the team. And it could have to do with the record and the cupcake Charlotte Hornets or whatever. But it's not a shock to me. I think, come playoff time, they'll definitely have it together. And I think part of it is the coaching. You have to give Doc his credit where credit's due. But like y'all said, I think the upcoming schedule, it is tough, as you were about to say, Steve. So I'll let you continue with that.
No, yeah, not too much on it, but it's like we have the Clippers twice. We have a really tough,
fake tough. We're gonna, let's get it.
Man,
we'll get into the Clippers.
Yeah,
I got
OKC. We got OKC.
OKC twice.
I'm trying to get courtside tickets.
We got Phoenix again. I don't know if we got Minnesota again. I know we got Philly again.
No, we played them twice. We played Minnesota twice.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
the Lakers twice.
The Lakers twice, yep. And it's more so stretches. Like it's more so the stretches we have some of the games in. There aren't too many stretches where we don't got no more back to back with the Hornets. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't got too many more back to backs with the lower teams. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that part of it is not concerning, at least with the way we're looking now. And I definitely understand that. Actually, I understood why certain Bucks fans didn't hit the panic button. This was never a guarantee to me.
Yeah.
Not because they aren't capable, but because so many things can happen to where you just don't want to bank on, we'll figure it out after All-Star. So that's more so like where my panic was like, all right, this feels like the last chance to turn this corner. Because if it don't happen by mid-March, it's looking pretty bleak. But I'm happy to see that clearly we have figured some things out. I think Dame and Giannis both have a fire. I think that this is what the Pat Bev trade was for.
Damn,
it's locker room. It's all locker room. And I think that he's the glue that we didn't have before, to be completely honest. That's the role I see. Like Bobby is great, right? But and as much as Bobby is vocal, I don't think he's just the guy that gets into everybody. Bobby is Bobby, right?
Pat's gonna call out bullshit
on everybody, and that. But we have players that can respond to that. Giannis gonna respond to that. He's a dog. Dame, they fix what they need to fix. He's gonna respond to that. He's a dog. So with the team, it's like I think Gail, I think you said it, or I think another friend did. He's PJ. That's what PJ.
You need an agitator. Every team needs
an agitator. So
every great team has one. Bruce Bowen was that for the Spurs. You have Shane Battier for the Heat. You got PJ for our run. I mean, LA had Meta. The other LA had Dwight Howard. In other ways. Or sorry, Rajon Rondo's really the agitator. What? Don't look at me like that. But no, yeah, like every team, yeah, Rajon Rondo's agitator. I mean, KG, they had a bunch of crazy people in the locker room. Ray Allen is, don't get me started. Anyways, yeah, every team needs a guy like that. So maybe we have our spark now. We kind of poached him from. He saw that. I think he probably knew that Embiid probably was going to come back by playoffs. He's like, I'm getting my ring this year. I've team hopped enough. What's the closest spot? Who needs me? And I think we did need him. So, yeah, a player coach, because a coach can only scream so much. Adrian Griffin could probably only scream so much until the guys were tuned out. So now you need a guy that's on the court with you to be like,
Doc don't have a voice to yell. So
yeah, guys. There's no way. There's no way they're hearing that in a packed NBA crowd. You need Pat Bev barking at you from 5 feet away. Like, why didn't you close out there? Why didn't you help my helper? Like, like he's probably. It's a lot easier to do when you're out there. So that's imaginary.
Yeah, no, I could see Doc even calling for a Pat Bev to join him in Milwaukee. So. For reasons like that, Pat Bev, although he isn't the best player on the court, he's definitely an extension of the coaches, in my opinion. I think, and that's where he excels.